Angelina Jolie reveals new health issues since her public split from Brad Pitt last year. Jolie talks about her life since the separation in the September issue of Vanity Fair magazine. She says she developed hypertension as well as Bell's palsy, which caused one side of her face to freeze up and droop. She credits acupuncture with helping her to recover. Jolie says women with families put themselves last until it manifests itself in their health. A lot of mystery still surrounds Bell's palsy.
And Dr. Max Gomez is here to tell us what is known about it. Dr. Max.
That's right, guys. You know, Bell's palsy is a paralysis or weakness of the muscles on one side of the face. The result is that one side of the face droops. It's not common, but it's also not all that rare. About 40,000 people a year will develop Bell's palsy. Now, the paralysis or weakness affects the facial nerve that comes out right behind the ear and innervates the muscles of the face. So smiling, frowning, blinking, they can all be impaired with Bell's palsy. The cause is thought to be a virus that inflames a nerve, causing it to swell. But because a nerve comes out of the brain through a little bony tunnel, there's no room for it to swell, so it gets squeezed and shuts down. Now, it comes on suddenly, often overnight, and without warning. The only treatment for it is prednisone, an oral steroid to reduce inflammation, and an antiviral medication. Good news is that most people with Bell's palsy start to regain normal function within a couple of weeks and usually recover completely with very little after effects. And you may recall that Maurice himself had an attack of Bell's palsy about a year ago.
Trying to forget about it, but
well,
people bring it up all the time.
Exactly. What happened? Did you just wake up one morning?
As you said, woke up one morning, the side of my face was frozen, couldn't believe it, thought it was a stroke, didn't feel like it. I called the doctor, quickly diagnosed it, and then I went to a neurologist who then went through the steroids that you talked about. But just, I mean, frozen, and you're freaked out by this just sudden, and without warning. And the main thing is that there's no known cause. It's thought to be a virus, but nobody knows.
Nobody really knows. No pain or anything.
None.
Just the frozen. Now, you said you did the steroids and some antiviral medication as well? Or?
You do, and then after that, you just hope.
Yeah. Now, you had to kind of protect your eye, though, for a while. Tell me about that.
Right. You said your eye is frozen, and so it's literally open, you know, at night, and you have to put an ointment on it to keep it from getting scratched, which is very dangerous.
What was the recovery like? I mean, obviously you're doing well now, but what was it took a little while?
You literally sit around and wait.
Probably felt longer than it actually was, right?
Forever. But like you said, a couple weeks, and then you start to regain some sort of sensation. And in my case, it was a month before it went away. I was able to come back to work. But you're just sitting there, and all of it takes place in your head. You have no idea what's going on. And you're just waiting and hoping that this thing ends, because in some cases it doesn't. Some rare cases it doesn't.
But obviously you're a good example of full recovery. You're doing fine?
I believe so. I hope so.
I vote for yes.
I'm going to go with yes.
We were all relieved to have him back.
Thank you, doctor.